Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha, and here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 29th day of July. Here we go. 5 sad things happened to the Jewish people on Tisha B'Av, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now. Number 1, when the spies came back and reported to the Jewish people a bad report on the land of Israel, they cried on the night after they received the report, and that night was the 9th of Av, and God said that this will be a night of crying until the end of our days, and so it has been that the 9th of Av, since that sad night, has become the night of tears. That's event number 1. You know that Hashem then on that time decreed that the Jewish people would have to wait another 40 years in the desert, and all that generation that didn't want to go into Israel would die off, and their children would go into the land of Israel. That's tragedy number 1 that happened on Tisha B'Av. Tragedy number 2 and 3 are that the first and the second Beis Hamikdash were both destroyed on the 9th of Av. Tragedy number 4 was that the city of Beitar was massacred by the Romans, and tens of thousands of Jews were killed in that massacre. Number 5 was that there was a wicked man called Turnus Rufus, and he decided that he was going to plow over the site of the Beis Hamikdash, and that also happened on the 9th of Av, just like the Beitar massacre, the 2 Beis Hamikdashes, and the decree on the Jews when they were in the desert. It just doesn't seem to match that the Turnus Rufus event gets onto this big list of 5, because he plowed over the site of the Beis Hamikdash. It did not involve a large destruction. It did not involve a lot of killing. And yet, a lot of rabbis say that the reason it was considered as tragic as the first 4 was because it was a solid attempt at eradicating the memory of the Beis Hamikdash forever. And after everything that the Beis Hamikdash means to us, if he had succeeded at that, or for the short while he did when he plowed it over into nothing, so that in itself is viewed as just as tragic as the other 4 big events. Things you're not allowed to do on the day of Tisha B'Av: not allowed to eat, not allowed to drink, not allowed to anoint yourself with any creams or ointments or things of the sort. You're not allowed to wear leather shoes, and you're not allowed to wash yourself. Married couples don't sleep together, and I forget if I mentioned it, I'm sorry, no leather shoes. I think I did already say that. Those are the 5 things that you're not allowed to do on the day of Tisha B'Av. Now, as far as the specifics about fasting, everyone always asks, what about a pregnant lady, and what about a lady who has given birth and who is nursing her child? Well, officially, the halacha is that a pregnant and or nursing lady should try to fast on the day of Tisha B'Av. If the fasting becomes difficult, or it, chas v'shalom, God forbid, cause a danger to the baby or to the mother, then in advance, that person should try to ask a shaila, ask a question to a rabbi and say, look, here's my situation. I had my baby X days ago. I'm feeling like this. The doctor says this. And please discuss it with a competent rabbi before. You're never supposed to endanger your life, but according to halacha, it's not, under normal circumstances, it's not a danger to fast. This year, at least in the Baltimore area, it's not going to be crazy hot on the day of Tisha B'Av. When it is very hot, a lot of rabbis find room to be leniency because they're afraid of dehydration and the sort. I suggest you discuss this before Tisha B'Av with your rabbi to know your specific case and how the law of trying to fast for a nursing or pregnant mother applies to you, if it applies to you. So please, please, I urge you, speak to your rabbi before. Anyone who has any medical condition that makes it very difficult for him to fast should also, of course, speak to his rabbi in advance. If your doctor and rabbi tell you that it's life-threatening for you to fast, if that really is the situation, then it's absolutely prohibited for you to fast, because you're not allowed to endanger your life. So please check into this before, as if I hadn't said that 3 times already. Check very carefully into that before, so you'll be able to make a proper decision about what you should do about fasting and not drinking on the day of Tisha B'Av. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.